What's up, everybody? Tinker here. When you stay up way too late and realize there's 25% off at Jay's Toys and Games and you spend too much money. And you can't even remember what you ordered. Let's open it up and see what we got. Woohoo! What's up, everybody? Tinker here. Hope everybody's having a great day. This video is a little different than my normal ones. A lot of stuff I do is the time machine, kind of looking at old stuff. But this is just a little bit of an unboxing. Not a NECA blind box unboxing. This is I stayed up way too late the other night and realized Jay's Toys and Games had 25% off for their Memorial Day sale, and it was 25% off on everything, and I ordered a bunch of stuff. I ordered way too much stuff. Enough stuff to where I can't remember what I even ordered. So let's open up the box and see what we got.
That is actually me using a knife to cut the box. Maybe I should pre-cut it because they got this thing taped up tight and tight. Alright. Got my receipt, invoice, whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, nice printed out invoice with pictures and everything. Good stuff. Alright. Nice coupon in here. I hope you don't get in trouble for saying people's names and stores on YouTube. I figured it's good advertising for them.
Little paper, a little bit of fragile in the box. Alright. We collect some gargoyles. The first thing, a little gargoyle right there. Nice and shiny. Nice box. Cool. I don't know why I got such a bad glare on my camera today. Alright, gargoyle. Alright, bought another gargoyle. Armored Xanatos. I actually remember him from the show. Cool. Again, well, I don't know why I got such a bad glare. Cool. I actually picked up some really cheap He-Man. He-Man's going to be a part of my Versus series. He's going to be the one that rides on top of cars and things like that. These were pretty cheap. It was a cool looking figure. So since I picked up He-Man, I went ahead and picked up Skeletor. He's going to ride on my other cars in my Versus series. The Versus series is going to be like, one toy versus another. Alright, what we got here? Oh, got a little Alien versus Predator. Sweet little figure right there. Love me some Predator. Picked up a Classics G.I. Joe Sergeant Slaughter. Hopefully I can get that autographed at Joe Fest. I love how it's got like a mini figure in there, carded. So he's got his own little figure. I got one more gargoyle. I think it's the last of the gargoyles I ordered. Some Goliath, baby. The Big Daddy. Yeah, I got a few gargoyles in my NECA blind box. I watched like 50 people with the NECA blind boxes, and they all got gargoyles and Terminator and RoboCop and Aliens and Predator, and I got a few gargoyles that I wanted, but everything else, not great. Alright, got me another Predator. Tell you what, Jay's does a great job packing stuff up. Again, box had fragile wrote on it. We got the Ultimate Shaman Predator. Move Goliath out of the way, he's pretty big. Alright. I believe this is my last Predator right here. Ultimate Warrior Predator. Move this predator out of the way. Again, man, 25% off on Memorial Day. I spent way too much money. Alright, down to my last few things. This predator right here. I didn't have me a Mandalorian figure, and I love me some Mandalorian, so I got the Mandalorian with the dark saber. The show is awesome. I'm not gonna say any of the other Star Wars shows are awesome, but the Mandalorian is. My last thing, Classified Joe Alley Viper. This was by far my favorite G.I. Joe figure when I was a kid. And I actually have one that's in, he's in pretty good shape, but his visor's broken off. So I went ahead and picked me up a 6-inch. Cool stuff. Again, picked me up some stuff from Jay's. Really well priced. Like I said, the He-Man and Skeletor, they're going to be for some videos. They're going to be driving cars and all kind of stuff. Nice little haul. Like I said, 25% off. Probably spent too much money, but I'd have spent a lot more if it wasn't 25% off. There's the box. They did a great job wrapping everything. Like I said, this is a little bit of a different video than I usually have. Cool stuff. What we've learned from this is don't sit up too late on the computer when you can't sleep and buy too much stuff.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
And here's the full view of everything. Maybe in this direction we won't have such a bad reflection. Yeah, we got a Predator, some He-Man, some AVP when he's invisible, the greatest Joe ever, Alley Viper, the Mandalorian, another Predator, Sergeant Slaughter, little gargoyles. Nice little haul, some cool stuff. Hope everybody has a great day. Tigger out.
Great Scott! I know,